Authorities say at least 11 people were killed when a sanatorium and an old people's home were bombed in the town of Srdelica. It comes just a day after Allied raids hit a bridge in central Serbia, killing another 11 civilians. NATO insisted its planes had only struck legitimate military targets.
As NATO pounds Yugoslavia relentlessly, it continues to be dogged by allegations that its bombs are going astray. This was the town of Srdelica, after NATO bombs missed their targets there a month ago. This time the Serbs say a sanatorium and an old people's home were hit. NATO denies it's made any such mistakes.
NATO aircraft attacked the military barracks and an ammunition storage area in the vicinity of that city. Both these targets were legitimate military targets, and both were already attacked before.
Questions have persisted over why NATO planes attacked a road bridge at Vavarin in central Serbia in daytime yesterday. Local people say it was market day and the bridge was packed with traffic. But NATO had a robust response to all the criticism.
I've got some civilian casualty figures for you this afternoon. 550,000 internally displaced persons in Kosovo, 883,500 refugees in neighbouring countries, 75% of which are women and children. That is, I think, the vital casualty statistics as far as NATO is concerned, and that is the generation of Milosevic's bullets, not NATO's bombs.
And on the day when the United States remembers its war dead, President Clinton reiterated his support for the operation.
We can say no to mass slaughter of people because of the way they worship God and because of who their parents were. We can say no to that, and we should.
But with a new peace mission to Belgrade expected this week, this series of alleged mistakes is distracting NATO from its mission. John Lyne, BBC News.
And our correspondent Hugh Schofield is at NATO headquarters in Brussels. Hugh, in that report, NATO's spokesman wasn't exactly repentant about these civilian casualties, was he?
No, as you heard, there's been a very tough public reaction to these reports. Privately, I have to say that I have heard from some officials an admission that something must have gone wrong at that bridge incident at least. They're saying that pilots should, if they see and normally do, if they see cars on a bridge, abort the mission. That happens regularly. This didn't happen in this instance, and they are saying privately that something must have gone wrong there. But publicly, the message is very much that apologies are not good in wartime. They imply, I get the message here, a sense of guilt and embarrassment, and those are not signals that NATO wants to send out now at a time when it's waging a war it very much believes to be in the service of right.
Hugh, could these casualties be the result of a change in the target list, the type of targets that NATO is going after?
I don't think it's that. I think it's two things. At least this is what NATO is saying. One is that the Serbs are not concentrated in convenient areas, in barracks or camps. They are dispersed increasingly as a result of the pressure of the campaign, often among civilian populations. And that is one main reason.
Hugh, thank you very much. The United Nations has given its strongest warning yet over the danger faced by thousands of Kosovan refugees around the Albanian border town of Kukej. Fighting there between Serb forces and the Kosovo Liberation Army has intensified, and plans to move the refugees out of range of Serb artillery are being speeded up.
It started early and it's been going on all day. This is the main crossing point on the border between Kosovo and Albania. But now the fighting threatens to spread across the frontier into Albania itself. The fighting is between the Serbs and the Kosovo Liberation Army. Both sides are determined to contest every metre of land. The KLA is trying to open up a supply corridor, vital if its latest offensive is to be a success. They're lightly armed, but have NATO effectively flying air support missions. The roar is from anti-aircraft fire. The flares are designed to throw the surface-to-air missiles off target. The skies over Kosovo are still far from safe for Allied pilots, but they're pounding artillery and tank positions again and again. This fighting is going on every day, and it seems to be intensifying all the time. It all makes this border area a highly dangerous place to be. But still, the refugees continue to cross into Albania. It's nothing like the flood of people who've come this way in the past days and weeks, but the latest refugees to arrive bring the same stories of ethnic cleansing and Serb brutality. And for them, there's the added trauma of crossing the border amid the bombardment.
It is a big worry. I mean, we're wearing flak jackets, but they're just walking straight across in the middle of this. We don't know what kind of hostile weapons there are still on the other side that can function. We're quite a target here.
The refugee camps are near here, within easy range of the shelling. Aid workers are warning that for these people, the danger may not be over. Jeremy Cook, BBC News, on the Kosovo-Albania border.